This is Jan from the Fuzzy Duckling, bringing you the second video in our Learning to Draw series. Today we will be talking about how to hold your pencil. And yes, there are right ways and there are wrong ways to hold your pencil. So grab a pencil and try these along with me. First we're going to talk about a couple of wrong ways to hold your pencil. This first one, I'm going to call this the clutch method. Usually, only very young children use this method, and for them, that is understandable. But if you've been at school and can write, you should have abandoned this long ago. So, the clutch method looks like you just grabbed your pencil and wrapped all of your fingers around it. It's like you are afraid it's going to escape Earth orbit and fly clear out into space. Then, just for a little firmer grip, you wrap your thumb around your fingers. Nothing's going to get away from you. Just for fun, try to hold your pencil this way. You'll find that the only way to control your pencil is by crazily and wildly rotating your wrist. Not much control there. It'd be really hard to draw a detailed drawing holding your pencil this way. Now, the second grip is a tiny bit better. It allows you a little more control. Now, I call this the semi-clutch method. With this method, you only wrap your pointer finger around the pencil and then wrap your thumb all the way around. There. I've seen many people hold their pencils in this fashion, including some very talented artists. And since you can move your last three fingers somewhat, there is a little more control, and it does allow you to draw a little more controlled. It's not very easy for me because I wasn't taught this way. But if you've done this all your life, it's probably easy for you. There is a better method, though, and so let's move on to that. Now, this will be the right way to hold your pencil, and this is called the tripod method. This is how most people hold their pencils or pens to write. Years ago, handwriting was taught in our schools, and this was one of the popular methods of that time. I suspicion that this method may not be taught anymore, as I see so many young people holding their pencils in very awkward positions. Anyway, that's a subject for another time and place. So let's take a look at the tripod method. Have you ever made circles with your thumbs and forefingers and then peeked through them like you were looking through binoculars? I imagine you all have for fun, maybe when you were playing with the baby. So, keep your writing hand, whether it's left or right, in that position for me. Thumb and forefingers. The tips are meeting. And then take your pencil and put it between your thumb and forefinger. Your pencil lead is going to be pointing down, and your eraser is pointing up and resting kind of on this fleshy knuckle area of your hand between your thumb and forefinger. See that? Let's do it again. Do the little peekaboo thing. Put your pencil in there. Now, curl your other three fingers and let your pencil lightly rest on this third finger. See how that just curled right under there and came underneath the pencil? Now, you have three fingers controlling your pencil. Tripod means three, and so that's why they named this the tripod method. Now, you can lightly rest this side of your hand, lightly rest this side of your hand on your piece of paper, and now you will have so much more control of your pencil. Now you could draw a detailed drawing with tiny little lines in it. It is such a great way to hold your pencil. You need to practice this grip until it feels comfortable to you. You will be glad you did, because you will be able to draw so much easier if you learn this grip. Now, there's one other thing, well, actually two other things that people do with this grip. If you notice, I'm resting my hand here and writing, so basically only my fingers and maybe my wrist are moving a little bit. You can also keep your wrist still and move from your elbow. This is to make bigger lines. Say you want to make a nice long line. This is moving from your elbow, or a nice big circle. This is important to learn too. So practice the small circles that come from your wrist and the big circles that come from your elbow. Now there's one more I won't actually show you here, but it's if you're using a big easel with a great big canvas or a big piece of paper, you'll actually move from your shoulder, but I don't have room to do that here, and that's for making nice great big lines on a big canvas. Now you probably won't use that in these next few lessons, but you will use the one that's just like when you are writing, where your fingers and your wrist control your pencil, or you are controlling it from your elbow and making nice long lines. So practice these. Practice these until it is so easy for you, you don't even think about it. So once this is comfortable, it's time to move on to our next video, which is all about drawing straight lines. So I'll see you then. Bye-bye.